on certain levels, I think 2 or 3, you are not supposed to be on social media at all. If you go on social media, you can get locked the fuck up, and you will have to continue your charges and fill out the rest of your time, sometimes even longer. He was sentenced to 17 years, got out early under a plea agreement. He's not supposed to be on the internet. James, do you have a problem?
Well, James probably does the same thing, so we might as well kick him out the room.
No, don't kick him out. He said I'm agreeing with you. Okay.
I didn't kick him. I didn't kick him. I'm just saying, you know. The reality of it is, I personally believe, and I'm sitting here with Sean, I think that motherfucker tipped out to Mexico or he left the country. See, the reason why I have a problem with bitches like Sybil and these women, because y'all done gave this nigga a fucking chance to motherfucking escape his motherfucking consequences. And that's the fucking problem. I really believe this motherfucker has made all this money. You, bitch, and the month just ended. You don't think this motherfucker done tipped out? That nigga's gone. That nigga's gone. And Sybil, what you should have did, bitch, let me cam up. What you should have did, you stupid flat-faced bitch, you should have went to the authorities first instead of trying to expose it on a fucking social
She's known
media.
for a year. She's known for a year. And so are some of these other people. 6 months, 8 months, 12 months. His hosts have known some of them. His family members have known some of them. Bitches who sit next to him have some of them known.
Listen, don't matter if he's black or white.
Yes,
She should have went to the fucking authorities. First of all, bitch, you shouldn't have sat on that for a year. But then, bitch, if you want to make up for sin on that for a year, take your ass down to the motherfucking courthouse or down to the police station. You went to Bigo, bitch. You went to Bigo and you exposed it and allowed it to be content. Then that nigga was sitting up there, shout out to the Midnight Court, playing in people's face, throwing y'all dumbasses under the bus. Because guess what? This nigga has made enough money off of people to flee the country and to do what he got to do. Your ass is still going to be here in the States dealing with persecution from people like me, Robert, and the 3,500 people who are watching because you're stupid. And Channing, you're a mother. So we want y'all off the app too. Y'all might as well just go about your business. And you know what the funny thing is? And I'm going to say this, Robert. I want to know how much y'all gonna look us in the face and tell y'all, the ones that are on that new app that y'all didn't know, who all of a sudden you're just gonna go to a new app with Mr. Royalty, who just made Platinum Agency Owner of the Month? Come on now. You bitches knew what was going on and now you over there. So hopefully this shit will get out and whatever other app y'all are on, they'll find out and kick y'all ass off. Y'all don't need to be on no, Robert. Women like that are just as bad as those motherfucking people that was working with R. Kelly and recruiting them young girls. Bitches like Sybil and that girl is just as bad. These girls might as well have went out to the daycares and recruited these children for him. How the fuck are you a mother and you sit up there? And yes, they could come up and plead their case, but at the end of the day, you have to deal with that, with the universe and whatever. Robert, this shit is not right. And these women need to just leave. They need to just take their little pride that they have left and leave the app, Robert. Because just like we was doing this last year, it's up and it's stuck, bitch. 2 years old. A child. Beyond a child, an infant. It shouldn't be done at all. And I dealt with Mr. Royalty. Nice guy. But this goes to show y'all, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them, bitch. But also don't always believe what you see. Me and Robert, when Robert brought this to me, y'all, he said, Stone, I want to cry. Bitch, I said, I want to cry too because he's a nice mother. He presented himself as a nice guy. But once you find out somebody you've been dealing with does some shit like that, they deserve to be under the jail. Children need to be protected. And one last thing, I can't express enough, Robert. I'm so mad. You women that been protecting him, I hope Bigo get y'all up out of here too. Because who is to tell he wasn't recruiting underage people in the agency? Who's to tell? Who's to tell he wasn't flying underage girls and boys out for bonuses?
And Sybil, and anybody else who knew. All of them.
So, I'm here, girl. Oh, no shade room tonight. This is more important.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't want to hear nothing about, I'm not going over no panel or nothing like that. And there's no shade to that boy who just came up here, whoever that is. But he came up here and said that he's got tea and more information and depth, but didn't give nothing. You in front of 3,000, almost 4,000 people, and you have the perfect opportunity. So I don't want to hear that because I don't do speculation. And one thing's for certain and two things for sure. What y'all like to do is y'all like to latch on to shit like this, and y'all like to throw in names that have nothing to do with this and prosecute people. Not over here, honey. If you're throwing up names, I need receipts. So the fact that y'all even have that white girl, whatever the fuck her name is, up there, but y'all don't have not goddamn one receipt, but y'all just have her name in the mix, I don't trust it, and I'm not going over to that panel. Y'all can, I'm not. Because that, for me, is a cap. All it takes is one time for y'all to throw some shit in there and try to crucify someone, especially with something as serious as this. You don't do that with people, because people lose their agencies, people lose their jobs. So I'm not doing that. No thank you. Y'all could go ahead over there. I'm good. Because that's not what I give. Over here, we give receipts.
Promise that my mama will read for me. Therefore,
But I got this off my chest, as I said.
Robert, I have a question. I'm in his
The
agency,
family's
and
wait. The family's gone now. The loyalty family is gone.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. It should be. Go ahead.
I'm trying to be released, and I saw in the comments Venus. She's also an agent. She said that there's not been any forms submitted. Is there a way that we can check if there's forms been like when you release someone because you are like, how does that work?
A lot of you guys, so you can't really check. Your agency owner does it, and then they would check with their AM to see. And I know this right now is, like I said, is being investigated, and I'm sure Beagle's on it. So regardless, you guys are gonna have to be patient. But the best thing that you can do, if you're in any Shawnee Lee, Sybil, all of that, once you lose your live data as a host, then you'll be good to go. Sometimes that takes longer, sometimes it takes shorter, depending on how serious it is. But what I would do for you guys, Ashes, is write him, ask to be released, let Beagle know you contacted him, letting
He
them.
said he said he did put the form in, but like could he, I mean shit maybe I mean I guess I won't know. I mean hopefully
Once you lose
that
your live data,
okay. All
yeah,
right.
it could take a little bit, but you should still be getting. But if I was you, I would still ask to make sure, and I would contact Beagle Feedback to ask where you are, and also when you are letting them know and contacting, that goes for any of y'all in any of these agencies. When you're letting Beagle know, let them know the premise. Hi, I'm a host that was in this agency. My agency owner, I found out, was a registered sex offender.
Maybe.
They told me they would be released. Beagle said they're investigating. They said that they're gonna. Here's the screenshots of them. Here's their registry. All of that. I feel uncomfortable. Please let me know when I lose. If blah blah blah. And they're gonna be like,
There
"Fine, we'll get back to you." Blah blah blah. Live did all that. So put all of that in there. You have to put it in context.
I just got he just sent me screenshot saying that he sent me the proof. So we're good.
Okay, so you
Thank
are
you.
released. Is he writing you
Or,
right now?
yes.
Tell him to come
He
over here.
said he said he can't I've asked him and he said he can't come.
Why? Is there a reason why?
He didn't give me a reason.
Can you ask him for me?
Hold on.
I understand he's on the run, but I am Oprah and Oprah is Gail, and I'd like to ask him some questions. I've calmed down, so I'm okay. It's okay if he's watching. I know he's watching. I have questions for him. He doesn't have to cam up, swipe the comments. I have questions.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
You can swipe the comments, and it could be a sit one-on-one. I do have some questions. I already know what he did. He's already admitted what he's did. We've already got that, and we can have conversation about that. But I also want to know the other people involved, if you want me to be honest, because I'm pretty sure he already knows what's going to be happening with him.
He just sent the screenshot again, so I'm waiting. I just said, "What do you want me to like? Why can't you come? Like, what do you want?"
Okay. When you get confirmation or anything,
Okay, all right,
okay, when you
all
get,
right. I'll let you know.
when you get confirmation or anything, or he writes you back, let me know.
All right, bye.
Okay. Yeah, play the bells. Ashes. Ashes. Just write. Just okay. Can you also write to him? Cause he has my WhatsApp. He can write me and I will call his phone from my iPad, and he does not have to come on here. I will call his phone from my iPad and do that, if that would make him more comfortable. So just hey Beatbox Brian, just let him know that as well. Yes, throw the lucky gifts, the bells, and all of that. I haven't asked for gifts at all since I've been up here. I haven't asked for gifts at all since I've been up here. To be honest, I completely forgot to ask. To be honest.
Offered that, Robert. I don't know if that's gonna. I don't know if he's gonna take you up on that. But that's actually what I was thinking.
Yes.
Because I'm wondering if he doesn't want to do the, even though we all know he's been on the internet, but maybe now it's
No,
like,
I can. If he can give you a number, and you can send it to me, and I
okay,
will dial it on here and give him a call, and put him
send
right.
me. All right, I don't know if I have your what. What do you check? Like what?
My
I
WhatsApp.
don't.
You have the 860 WhatsApp,
I don't know.
or he
Maybe
can
I don't know.
a text free number, or you can tell him because he has
All
my
right.
phone number.
All right. All
Either
right. Bye.
or. Because see, that's why I don't really want to hear all the women. I don't want to hear the lies. I don't want to hear the excuses. I don't want to hear the looking for clout. See, y'all got time for that. I want to hear straight from the source. I want to talk to him because I have enough patience. Even though I'm pissed the fuck off, I have enough patience to sit here across from someone, and I want to ask them some questions that I'm sure we all want to know more than all these fucking women. Because I already know what to expect from the woman. The women are going to give victim, 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 ah. Go ahead, 20.
All right, so just so everybody's clear, so for anybody that's part of his agency, while he is under investigation, you guys will go on as business as normal. You will receive a message from Bigo stating that you'll have an opportunity to go to another agency at the end of this month. But business is all as normal. Now that, there is a criminal investigation and a Bigo investigation, his back end will be froze, which means you guys probably won't get paid on the same day that everybody else gets paid, but you will be paid by the 9th. Right? So when there is, an investigation into an agency, then, the back end does get froze, so he can't just run with the money and not pay y'all. But you won't be able to go to a new agency right now, right away. You'll have to wait for Bigo to officially release you from that said agency. So that is one thing you'll get. So you'll have to wait for Bigo to actually officially release a statement to your DMs, and they will message you individually. Just for everybody that is waiting on that or thinking that, oh my God, I can go to a new agency right away. I just want you guys to be clear on that, so you're not wasting your time. Just keep doing business as normal. I don't want you to be like, oh, I'm not hosting for this guy. I'm not doing that. You don't have to run the risk of losing your money. Just do your hosting, do your hours, do what you're supposed to do here on Bigo. That's the best information I can give you guys right now.
And me and 20 did, and y'all want to talk about us, but we did exactly what a lot of y'all should have fucking did. As soon as I got that shit, bitch.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, right? So here's the thing. Sybil messaged me out of nowhere. I got a message. I was out for dinner, and it had the picture, right? It had the picture of his whole criminal, record for the thing. And then she said, it's out now. She came to me knowing that, no, she knows that I would think. My first thing that I did was go to the agency owners. All the agency owners on Bigo, I went and sent that in there and woke it up, made sure that every agency owner across the app knew this. Because I am a father. There is no motherfucking way I could have went to sleep knowing I knew that information and not exposing it. So I put that out there. I also got on the phone call with Zeus. I got on a phone call, or I messaged Cody 80, and I messaged Marlins. These are, 3 of the OGs on the app that, you know, when something like this goes, I know that they have big platforms that they can get that
Even
shit
though
out.
Cody 80 is a snitching ass bitch, but go ahead.
But he still has his own platform that he can get it out, right? Still, you know, knows a lot of people, his Instagram, shit like that, right? So I wanted to make sure that it got out as quick as possible. I also messaged OG Famous because I knew Famous has his own little, you know, way of doing things. So I let Famous know, and then Famous put on that show immediately. You know, that is how you're supposed to respond, is immediately to any sort of information that you have, especially when it comes to a child predator.
And I woke
Because
up the nenext day, fucking motherfucking let my AM and Bigo know, and motherfucking called the police. Sure did. Next day, I cried that
but
night and motherfucking called the police the next morning. That's why
and
I ain't got no patience for none of you bitches. I ain't got no patience for none of you bitches. Because 20, send me a dragon. Get the fuck Caucasian son of a bitch. That's how I ain't got patience for none of you bitches. Now Famous and his people adding fake names. I'm not. Listen, I'm gonna say this to you in front of 3,300 people. Y'all can go where y'all want to go, but if y'all really fuck with me in here, don't be sitting up here crucifying and motherfucking chastising people who just want to throw people's names in there. This is not no Mad Day shit. If you really watch me and fuck with me, unless you see a receipt of somebody having anything to do with this, or a video or audio of them saying that, don't be up there motherfucking on anybody's panel coming at bitches and grilling them. That's not fair to people. I would never want people to lose their agency or lose the stress or whatever on this shit because y'all listen to people who making up storylines or having false allegations without receipts. We have text messages and videos of these motherfuckers. Who's that coming?
I just wanted to thank you, Robert, for doing this. This is serious. This is kids, innocent children. I don't know why people are talking about race. I don't care what color, who colluded with this man. All of them are guilty. I don't care. Black, white, I don't care if the man is black. He needs to be skinned. His skin needs to be removed. I don't care anything about that. My issue is if these women knew, they need to be prosecuted. If they're white, black, Mexican, who cares?
Tina, this is going on his second year. He's got over 200 fucking hosts. Sybil has a whole bunch of hosts. This Shani Lynn person has hosts. Some of these motherfuckers are mothers, got kids around them. It's going on 2 years. I don't give a fuck if he's goddamn chartreuse mixed with purple. I don't give a fuck about a goddamn skin complexion. What are y'all saying? 2 years. Y'all be having Beagle meetups, link-ups. Y'all know sometimes children be on this motherfucking app. Y'all be having people send IDs. And y'all knew all of this? You know how many women and mothers and fathers watched this today and heard that motherfucking man that they are working for is a registered sex offender, selling fucking videos and pictures of children between the ages of 2 to 13? Could you imagine waking up one day and going to motherfucking work and your boss, who you've been working for 2-3 years, finding out all that shit when you done brought your kids to work? You done let them in your motherfucking house or home, pictures and shit like that? Excuse me? And the bitch next to you knew? Who's here? Who's here?
Hey Robert, real quick,
Who's
my
here?
my daughter's too, and this is very triggering for me. That's all I wanted to say.
It is Mr. Loyalty. I'm sorry, my love. Who? Is that you? Okay, come up here. Come up here. Come up here, Mr. Loyalty, because I've calmed down and I'm upset about a few things. And Mr. Loyalty, come up here and swipe the comments, please. I want to have an honest conversation with you. I do. I want to have an honest conversation with you because I've calmed down from everything because I was mad at a plethora of things. But I want to have an honest conversation with you. No, Messy Joe. Thank you for clearing up. That's not Miss Jess. But come into the queue, please, and I'd like to have an honest conversation with you. To whatever you're comfortable enough with. I don't know if he's still here or if he left. No, I mean, y'all can do whatever in the comments, but I want to have a conversation with him. An honest conversation with him. Because the reality of it is, even though I feel a certain type of way, he's never disrespected me. I have an opinion about things, but I'm not going to come at him crazy because I can keep my composure. I actually want to come at them bitches more than I want to come at him. I'm going to have a conversation with him. Them ladies, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear shit from them ladies. Because at least the motherfucker, at least he's goddamn admitting what he did. He ain't running from it. But them ladies, I don't want to hear shit. Oh, he left? He just came in to clarify that it was not her, I guess. That Miss Jess. But that doesn't mean anything to me, Mr. Loyalty. I'd rather you come and speak to me. I'd rather you... It was the period. He was flying stuff away. And you know what's crazy? He got a purple badge. That means he's gifted me boots. He got a purple fucking badge, y'all. A purple GodZeus's badge. You know how much that fucking hurts? That's crazy. That's crazy. How you... That's like going from 0 to 2,000 for me. What? That's like being in a relationship with someone, bitch, and finding out that they got a whole motherfucking side life of doing some illegal shit of trafficking. Like, I fuck with y'all. And when y'all don't tell me shit, and when I figure shit out, I know it's not my fault, but it's just like, and it sucks because this man watched me. He's watched me crucify people like Taekwon for trying to Uber children, motherfuckers who are younger, these hosts. He knows how strongly I feel about this. And maybe watched and supported. And maybe he didn't say anything because of the fear of the crucifixion and the scrutiny I would have, because you bet your ass. You bet your fucking bottom dollar. If at any point in time he came in here and said one day, you know what, GodZeus? I'm a registered sex offender. All this happened. Bitch, I don't give a damn where you are, what you are on my shit. You would have been out of here, Mr. Loyalty. Where we are right now, we would have been whenever you decided to tell me. Oh, you're a registered sex offender? Oh, you're on bigolive right now with host? Hold 911. Absolutely. Yes, he's registered. You can Google it. I don't know who the fuck Zayfa and Tat is. If Tata has receipts, come up and show them other than... Who the fuck is Tay Tay? I don't know who Tay Tay is. If nobody got receipts, don't come up with shit. I don't give a fuck who Tay Tay is. Oh, you left it. Okay, Tay Tay. That's fine. He's just saying that he left his family. No, we're not talking about... No, I said Taekwon Jones, the predator who was trying to Uber the child. That's different from this person you guys are talking about. Yeah. Mr. Loyalty, why would you come here and fly those things across the screen? I would have more respect for you if you just came up in the audio and had a conversation with me. He said he can't go up. Why can he not go up? You can fly stuff across the screen, but you can't go up? Yeah, because if he came up, I'm not going to be asking him only about those other women. I have questions for him. And I actually like for him to come up and say, are there any signs that people should look out for when it comes to predatory behavior? Or is there anything that people should be aware of? What happened, Ashes?
I'm just waiting to see why he kicked me. It's just stupid. I came up here, and some damn girl in our agency, I came up here to ask like a legitimate question, like what the fuck happens when an agent releases you? Not accusing anyone of fucking lying. Not at all. I just wanted to know what the fuck happens. And now everyone's like, or he, I was just like, what? Like, bro, this is so stupid to be honest. Like, this is getting to the point where it's like, what? Huh? See, who the fuck is this? Who's this Tatoes? Who are you?
Oh,
Who
just
the
so
fuck are
you know,
you?
he said I don't care. I do care. I care about a lot of things. I care about a lot of things actually, because the reality of it is, even though I feel the way I feel about everything that I know, Mr. Loyalty, you were never mean to me. I have my opinion on everything that transpired. But if you came up here, Miss Loyalty, I'm not going to curse you out. I'm not going to wear you out. I might curse at some of the decisions you've made pertaining to knowing what you know and how you've handled those things. And I might have a distaste for that. Absolutely. That's not changing at all, ever. But I'm not going to disrespect you because you've never disrespected me. But I have questions, comments, and concerns. And I also think that regardless of how my personal feelings are towards this, it would be a fabulous educational moment in front of 3,100 people to possibly tell people what to look out for when it comes to predatory behavior, when it comes to what happened in your scenario, when it comes to what, why you were paying these people and why you continue to do what you did.
Okay, I'm not here to talk about
But
his reaction.
before you talk about anything, swipe the comments, please, because I don't want any
I,
distractions.
okay, I want to first of all, the only reason I'm really here, I want to clear Miss Jess' name. She had nothing to do with anything with me. She did not find out till everyone else did.
Got it.
It was the motherfucking Jess. She's in Sybil's agency. She's a bottom tier host when she do host.
Got it.
That's why I came up here to club. That do not attack Miss Jess because she had nothing to do with it. She
Got it.
did
Done.
not know.
Cool. Got it. Okay. Was that it? Was that it? That was him. Can you come back? I don't really care about that. That's fine. But I wanted to have a conversation with him. And I would at least like the courtesy of that. Loyalty. I'm not coming after Jess. Jess, that's fine. I don't have any receipts of Jess of anything, so I'm not coming after Jess. But I would like for him to come back. Did he leave the room? I mean, I would like to have a conversation with him. Yeah, please ask him. No, so Loyalty, can you come back up? I mean, you were on the panel yesterday. I honestly would like to have a conversation with you. And you know me, I'm not a clout chaser. I'm not. I learned the way that everybody else learned, and people were telling me stuff that was said on the panel and all that stuff like that. But that's not my MO. I'd like to have a conversation with you because I really do have some questions for you. Loyalty, I know you're still here. No, I have some legitimate questions, some intellectual. I really want to know, and I really actually would want to know, if he knows what exactly is going on with everything that happened. I have legitimate questions, and also if he could actually tell some awareness and maybe say to people, hey, these are certain things to look out for. This is certain things that might have happened, or you guys should be aware of when it comes to this. That would be great too. I don't care about the whole Miss Jess thing. We clear that up. I don't want you to clear up Miss Jess's name. I want you to come up here and talk about you. I want you to tell us about you and why you decided to do what you did and why you decided to be here for 2 years and why. I could care less about the Miss Jess thing. We're deflecting with that. That is over and that is done with me. That is over and done with me. And why you know your charges and you were not supposed to be on the internet, but you've been here for 2 years. I want to know what in your mind you said, okay, I'm going to do this. And I do want to know about you paying the woman off. Absolutely. Because if you make that type of statement and you have that, I mean, you can just Google it. Did you not think you were going to get caught? Like, I really want to sit and dig, and I have questions. But you have to deal with the consequences, so. Invite Jasmine, put it all on the table. See, the thing about me is people don't like my platform, but people have to understand that to be a broadcaster, sometimes you have to sit with people who do the most disgusting things. And I'm okay with that. I said it earlier. I'm okay with sitting across from an Adolf Hitler and saying, why don't you like Jewish people? From a Ku Klux Klan member and saying, why don't you like black people? From someone who is the most extreme of the extreme. And I'm okay because I'd like to pick their brains so that I can understand what the fuck to look out for, to stay away from. You might not like it, and I don't like it myself with a lot of personal shit. There's been so many people who have been up here who have done things that I don't agree with, that I feel strongly to my heart. But bitch, I will sit here for the grace of God and for the grace of all of y'all, and I will ask the right motherfucking questions and get down to it. Some people don't understand individuals. And you know what? The reality of it is, I mean, it would be better with him talking here in front of 3K people than it would anyone else, because anybody else he talks to is going to misconstrue, turn, twist, or look for content or clout. I'm looking for clarity. I'm the one who you have a purple badge under me, Mr. Loyalty. I don't care if he's here or not, even if he left. I'm the one he has a purple badge under. I'm the one who he sits and watches and has seen me railroad anybody else who has been in this situation. So he should know what I give. So this shouldn't be something that he's afraid to come up here and speak with me about. And I don't want to speak to you in private, Mr. Loyalty, because I'm not here to be convinced of anything in private. I'm here to have a public conversation because this is public record. I don't give a fuck about a private convo. This is public record. He's currently there. Yes, you can type his name in. He's currently registered. Go ahead.
So, if he doesn't plan on stopping, if he really has a problem, why would he then come up and talk to you? If he really wants to, because you are like the most unbiased when it comes to things. We all see you can sit things to the side and really get to the meat and potatoes of whatever the situation is. But for him to come up here and say that little 2 sentence statement and then drop, this is probably what he does. So why would he clarify anything? Why would he say anything? He has no plans on stopping. This is his behavior. He has an addiction.
Thank you, Queen. Thank you, Queenie.
Robert, hi. We want to know what is Bigo going to do about screening the broadcasters and making sure that these people are not getting on here. Like, we got to do something, to protect these children when these other people don't.
Like I said, it's these types of broadcasts. The children were safe. Everyone was safe. It's just the selling and stuff like that. Queenie, why don't you come up, you scary ass bitch? It's the children are safe and stuff, but I'm just saying it is my job as one of the top,
Yes.
as the one with the most beans, to do my part to make it be aware and known. And
Bring it to the light, Robert, because we all need to fight for these children.
not you, Queenie. The other Queenie. There was not you, Queenie. There was a punk ass Queenie with the backup page. Also, Shayla, Bigo is doing. I can tell you all of this. Bigo
Okay.
is doing what they need to do swiftly and promptly and on the back
Okay.
end. And I am a broadcaster. So if I don't get up and bring this public to y'all, then y'all
Yes.
would never know. So I'm doing my part as
Salute to you.
as a bridge between the two to say, hey, yes, I'm going to give y'all content, but now I'm going to take time
Yes.
out of my normal whatever to bring some awareness
Facts.
to y'all on this platform and let y'all know that the platform is doing. And I'm not saying this because they pay me. I'm saying this because when I sent that message last night, they wrote me back
Mm-hmm.
and said, "Oh, we're already investigating, honey. We're on it."
Okay.
So,
Okay. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you, Robert.
I think background checks, background. Because if you can just Google this man and find this information,
Hi, Robert. Hey, everybody. I just think that this is something that people should bring awareness to, and it shouldn't always be Robert to have to do this. That's the unfair part about everything, because so many people knew. So many people knew. And I don't want to be bitter and mean, because I'm not bitter and mean, but I just don't like theatrics, Robert. I like the truth and the meat and potatoes and the receipts, just like you.
yep.
I don't want to accuse someone of something and I have no facts. What I said is I don't believe you because of how quick she turned on and off her emotions. And as far as it being about race, I never said anything was about race. I'm not that ignorant. But what I do know about race is that the people in America that are highly impacted by race are the people who choose to ignore it. We can't ignore the history of America with the way that things are, and they're that way for a reason. And we have to understand that as a global community, because that's what Bigo is, it's a global thing. We have to understand that white women's tears move people. And that's why she came up screaming and crying. We don't need you to try to persuade us of anything. What we need you to do is just tell your story and tell the truth. That way you don't have to worry about prejudice. But I just don't do theatrics. And I'm not a person who runs around with prejudice towards people. But I just want to make it clear that when her mother came up here, she came up here in a way where she was being demanding and condescending and rude.
This shit was funny.
And rude and as emotional as her daughter. And I sat and let her talk. And then it came to a point where she started to use bad words. And I don't like to use bad words, but I'm pretty good at it. And so that's why it went that way. I just don't want to feel that way. But I'm a boss. I'm not used to people speaking to me in that tone. And I think instead of women, the thing these women, we have to understand about these women, all of these women involved, because it's not just one or two. I bet you this person's text messages is with somebody else, and then I think it was a network of them that knew about it,
Yep.
but they were probably all being compensated for their silence. And the biggest weapon or the biggest help you can give any predator is silence, because when they're silenced, that's when they operate and do their big ones. I just think you did an excellent job here tonight. And I don't think people should accuse people of things without receipts. But it's just when you behave in a way where I can't believe you, I just choose not to believe you.
I knew it was gonna go left. Once she started with you, I said, "Well," I said, "Lady, you gave it to her when you came up here." So she's and Tammy was. I said, "Well, here we go." I said, Tammy.
No, because she started to speak, and how dare you? And who do you think? Wait, you got to talk to your daughter that
It
way, then.
was
You
given.
can't come up
I'm
here and
calling
talk
the
to us.
police, and Tammy was like, "Well, bitch, call them."
She got very that. And then when Stone came up to play the White Crusader, oh, it's not about race. I didn't make it about race. She came up here and spoke to people from a place of superiority that was alarming for me. So when people speak to me a certain way, I'm a woman that knows when to be offended. If more women know when to be offended, we wouldn't be getting shitted on and disrespected all the time. No, of course, any mother would disrespect their daughter. I mean, would defend their child. But I'm just saying, the way she just turned that shit off, I was like, wasn't no sniffling,
Well,
wasn't no
you know
nothing.
what? I gotta play devil's advocate though. When you're in front of that many people and it's that intense, and someone's like, "Listen, cut the shit." Sometimes you be like, "Oop, okay." And I mean, Tammy, you was given like, girl, ma'am,
No,
you have to.
because she came up.
You was
I
like,
really
ma'am,
couldn't
ma'am,
admit
you're at the
this.
police station. This is booking. I need your ma'am, give me your finger. Let's go. I was like, oh my
She
god,
didn't
damn.
even have any of that. She didn't even do that. But it's not just that. Like I said, the girls got a lot to lose on here. They have gifters to lose, money to lose, beans to lose. You don't know how much money the girls were making on the back end because not all the money on Bigo is seen on the front end. A lot of it takes place in Zelle and private rooms and cash apps and things of that nature. But to sit with a child, a convicted predator, a predator, and then you having sex with him, knowing he fucking you, but he thinking about baby powder, baby lotion, and Pampers, and you fucking this man. Like how? Okay, I see all the fine girls fucking with the jailbirds. Okay, at least he's an adult. I don't get this molestation shit that y'all supporting.
And I'm glad you
It's
said it. You said it.
disgusting.
You said it correctly. You said it because it becomes supporting and it becomes enabling. If anybody's doing anything to harm the safety of anyone, men, women, children, teenagers, I don't give a fuck what it is, and is charged for it and been found to be convicted for it, the moment you engage with that person after knowing the information you know and not go to the proper sources or remove yourself, you're an enabler and you're supporting the action and you're just as bad as them. And all of those women and any of those hosts and agency owners and other people in the family, and the family's now dissolved, who knew what he was doing or what he did and sat there with him, you're just as bad and you should be disgusting. And I hope everything in terms of karma comes your fucking way. And I hope y'all start losing y'all agencies,
But
y'all
do you
pages,
think some
everything.
people? Do you think some people might not have known that he wasn't supposed to be on the internet? Because there's
No,
certain things that people might not know.
so
You
okay,
think?
so let's be clear here, because like I said, I'm not here for clout and bias and all that extra shit. There's gonna be people in this whole scenario that if I hear sex offender, the first thing I'm gonna ask in common sense is, was it like something like where you were just pissing outside and got caught, like because nudity is that? Because I'm knowledgeable. Some people aren't knowledgeable of that. So I would think if you're not knowledgeable, unless you separate yourself from the whole scenario, the first thing you would ask is, well, what was the offense that you got, registered for? And if they tell you anything besides taking a piss or squatting down with their clit facing the wind, blowing goddamn urine out their shit, bitch, the moment you continue to do whatever you do with them without, with knowing that they're doing something they weren't supposed to be doing, even if you didn't know whether or not he was level 1, 2, or 3 and supposed to be on social media, bitch, that's the moment where you do your research or you call the proper authorities or you do something, bitch. You don't just sit there and let people who are doing things that they're blatantly not supposed to or are questionable continue doing it. Whether it's cash apps, tips, friendship, whatever it is. Bitch, I could be friends with Tammy down here in this box for 5 fucking years. The moment I find out that she's a registered sex offender, I'm on this computer or I'm calling someone or I'm finding out information. And if I found out on the second that she's doing some shit she's not supposed to, she's going to jail. See ya.
See, Robert, I just want to say, I'm not saying that their ignorance is somehow removes them from responsibility, but I look at somebody who is ignorant to a fact in a different way than I look at the bitches that's blackmailing getting cash apps. See, the motivations there are totally different. You may
Yes.
have some people who might not have known he shouldn't have been on the
And those
internet.
people, and I would never crucify those people. I would say, well, you
Yeah,
should
but
do better in the future and carry on. My crucifixion is for the people because right now they're on these panels. They're taking this late night panel with the guy, and they're on other panels right now, and they're throwing all these people's names in there who might have just been friends with Sybil, who might have sat on a panel with Sybil, and they're crucifying these. And I'm not going to do that because that's nasty. Because there's people who are going to be harassed, who are going to be triggered, who might have truly been ignorant to all of this, who might, like myself, because they've been on a panel with me, and I was
no, he
completely
shouldn't.
ignorant. I
See,
didn't
I don't
Google.
know if Gucci is a sexual person, saying something about Gucci. See, I don't know anything about Gucci. But if Gucci has been guilty of these types of things, no, he shouldn't be on here if that's within his stipulations of his
But
release.
Gucci, so
If
we
they
saw,
said that he can't be on here, then he shouldn't be on here. But if they don't have a problem with it,
so
he
loyalty's
served
here.
his
Loyalty,
time.
are you finally going to come up and have a conversation? Okay, Timmy, let me drop you down. Now hold up, loyalty, before you say anything. This is not a deflection. If you're gonna speak, we're gonna have a conversation. Swipe the comments. This is not a come up and clear anybody else's name and then drop down type of 1, 2, and 3, 4. If we're gonna have a conversation, we're gonna have an actual conversation. This isn't a let me get something out and then I motherfucking dip out, because we're not gonna do that. If we're gonna do that, then I'm not gonna let you keep coming up. I don't give a fuck about you clearing nobody else's name. I'm gonna have a conversation with you. Hello? Hello? It might have been the audio. It probably was the audio. Relax, y'all. It was the audio, probably. Hello? 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 I can't hear you. Come out, leave in. Leave and come back in. I think he is trying to talk. It's the audio. It's the audio. It fucks up sometimes.
Hello?
Yes. Did you hear what I said?
I heard you.
Okay.
I'm not here to talk about the case. That shit's over with. I pled guilty. I'm going back anyways.
Okay, but okay, so that's